And you know what, Inman, so during Inman, we met with one company from Portugal,
Yep.
and they came to, actually there were a lot of foreigners
Yep.
at Inman, from Germany, from Denmark, and the Portuguese company, they even had a booth at Inman. And they were saying that 35% of their business came from Americans moving to Portugal.
Well, that doesn't surprise me in the least, and I'm going to tell you why I think that's happening. I think there's a number of reasons. Again, there's a certain generation of getting to a certain age. They're looking at their lifestyles, and they want to live in they want to have experiences of living in other places. Portugal offers a golden visa. I don't know all the rules around it, but it is a way for people to go and stay in a longer period of time. Other countries, and some countries in Europe offer that, some countries don't. But even if you're going into a country that doesn't, I think Americans are looking to go to some of these places because the lifestyle is just different than what we have in the United States. And that's really appealing to a lot of people who have the money and the means to be able to do that. And whether they're spending 2 months a year there at a time or moving there full time, it's something that they're looking at as to enhance their life. In addition, to go to countries like Portugal, for instance, the cost of living in these countries are so much lower. I have a very good friend of mine who sold a very big apartment in New York. And that was basically her nest egg. She took that nest egg and she bought an apartment in Portugal. Her cost of living in Portugal is probably 30 or 40% of what it costs to live in New York City. It just is a way for her to have a beautiful life and quite frankly, an enjoyable life living in Lisbon in a nice apartment. And she got to a certain age in her life. This is what she could afford to do, and it quite frankly turned out a very good thing. And I speak to people. There are obviously lots of different levels of wealth, but people who have even modest means and so forth are looking at that because it's cheaper to have a day-to-day lifestyle is very low as well. I've been looking at apartments, as you know, in Paris, and one of the things that I find the most interesting thing is, to buy an apartment in Paris is a little bit cheaper than New York, but to own an apartment in Paris is, if you don't have a mortgage on it, is 10% of what it costs in New York City. I'm looking at apartments, 2-bedroom apartments, and the monthlies on the apartments are $300 and $400 per month. That's, for our standards, that's almost unheard of in here.